Yo, hello members, how are you? Today I'm going to talk about communication skills. You have to first know what communication means. Simple definition is communication is a way of conveying information, whether by writing, speaking orally, or using signs. Then we want to talk about some of the basic communication skills that you can use so as to be a very good speaker. The first one is have to be a good listener. Because when you can listen, it means you can have information to also give out. So to be a good speaker or for your information to be effective, have to get a source and be able to listen, so as you can also get information to express or talk about. Then another thing is you have to be clear, precise, and be able to explain. That means if you can give out information that you cannot explain, then you are not a good speaker, because people will start doubting you and they won't trust your information. And then another thing you can talk of, using non-verbal communication or using body language while you're communicating. That is like when you are trying to explain, make sure you use signs like you get this, so as people can follow your facial expressions, like this. They see your hands, there there's that how their minds become open and they try to see what you're talking about. Another thing is you have to be relaxed when you want to speak to people. You have to make sure that you don't have anything like stress. You have to calm down and give out your speech in harmony, so as people don't see you stress out and say you confuse it, you see. Then another thing you can talk about is be visual, like use some pics to demonstrate, use some teaching aids, like if you're a teacher you want people to understand you, make sure what you talk about you can get a pic and show it out, so as people can really get that image and know really what you're talking about. Then another thing we can talk about is show sympathy while you're speaking out. Make sure you understand the people you're speaking to. Make sure you can smile where necessary, and if it is speaking out in a place where people are crying or maybe they are troubled, make sure you also speak with that face showing that you also
presentation.
Yes,
You have a presentation or just reading for the exam?
I'm recording. Then another thing is completeness of your communication. Have to make sure that the information you're giving out is complete. Not speaking about something, you stop in the middle and you switch with another thing. That means you're not a good speaker, and that is not what we call effective communication. Then have to be ready to give feedback. So as to be a good speaker, you have to make sure that you're ready to listen to questions and able to give out the answers immediately. Don't say you're a teacher, the child asks you, and you say, that is your homework. Some teachers used to say that is your homework. You go and research about. No, that is not effective communication, and people will start doubting you. Is this really a teacher? Now, how can he or she fails this simple question? Like some guys are just tweaking. They are just tweaking to see is really this teacher be flexible, can answer something that was not on the plan. Yeah. Then you have to make sure that you utilize time. Utilizing time, that is like being smart. And when you're speaking, you have to make sure you're smart. Yeah, you have to make sure you punctual, and so as not to bore the people you're giving message. You have to make sure that you organize it in the way you're speaking. That is a lot that you can start about the effective communication. And my friend, if you can do this, it means now you've become a very important person to the public. You can be a good speaker, you can be a good representer, you can be able to participate in discussions and debates, whatever, because those are the major things you have to be knowing, so as to speak to people and understand what you're talking about. So then I call upon you to follow me and like my video. I'm Enoch Agaba, still a student, but I'm studying education. I'm pursuing bachelor's in education.